Would you rather someone reject you for your looks or for your personality?
Oh.
Alright, so we back. D-Bros Discussions. This is going to be episode number 5, right? Episode number 5. Just so you guys know, the podcast is called D-Bros Discussions. I don't know if I've said it very often. And for any newcomers, again, D-Bros Discussions. We have a whole bunch of other podcasts. You should check them out. Because we talk about talks like these all the time. Yeah, and if you guys enjoy them, like the video. Subscribe to the channel also. And tell someone else about the channel, you know, maybe they'll like it just as much as you like it.
So, I know a couple of you guys saw that TikTok, and we were all hoping that the nature guy was right about his predictions.
TikTok.
I feel like most people watching this will know what I'm talking about. At least someone will.
Nature guy.
The nature guy was
comment
saying,
if you know the nature guy. If you've seen the nature guy's TikTok.
Yeah, his TikTok didn't age well at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was super cold today. I was at work. It wasn't snowing too much or like raining or anything, but it was more like the wind with the snow just blowing felt really cold. And I'm sure like other places had it a lot worse. Like where I live, it wasn't as bad as like a couple hours away from where I live, you know? So yeah, let's get into the first question. This one I kind of saw off TikTok, right? So there's a trend going around like where people post like they post themselves and say, "This is what my ex fumbled," you know? Like, what do you think about that? You know, they say, like, you know, like, they post themselves and they say, like...
This is what my ex fumbled?
Yeah, pretty much, like, they're showing themselves and say, like, yeah.
It's like boasting or bragging?
Pretty much. But, like, not bragging, but it's more like... What goes through my head when I see that, I'm just like... Okay, you could look good, but it's like, you know, your personality, you know?
Yeah.
So, like... It's just like posting like something like that, like, oh, you fumbled me, and like basically showing off your looks, you know. That's what you're saying. Like that's what they're effectively saying in the video. Like pretty much, you know, I look this good and my ex fumbled me, you know, my ex like, you know, lost me. But it's like, okay, you look good, but like your personality probably like, you know, might not have been the greatest.
Yeah, that's actually funny. Like I hear some people say like, oh yeah, if they ever lose me, you know, like I'm a loss, right? Or like I'm a loss, or like I'm the prize, you know, stuff like that, right? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good to think about yourself like that and everything, but it doesn't really mean anything to the other person, you know? So when you say like, you know, like, yeah, this is when my ex fumbled or something, right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, maybe to someone like you're like pure gold, but to him you're probably just
to him,
you know,
to him or her.
Yeah, to him or her, you know.
Well, I mean, like, you're not wrong. Like most of the time, I see the TikTok, it's like girls posting like, you know, this.
Yeah. I figured, but yeah, like, you know, it's like,
yeah. Again, another scenario. It's not all about looks, you know. It's not really so much about looks.
Exactly.
As it is about personality, but you know, like posting it. It's just a trend, so like, you know, it is what it is, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of my take on that trend. It's like fumbled, really? Like, you know, obviously I don't know, like,
yeah,
anything,
like, you know, how
anything, or whatsoever. But it's like fumbled, really? Okay, you know, like if you're posting something like this, I don't know, you know. How
I
don't know how much of a fumble, you know. No shade to anyone who posted. Like I honestly, it's just a trend.
It's just a trend.
Like it's not a harmful trend or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, FOMO. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, and that kind of leads into my like next question. Actually, I have another question. Would you rather someone reject you for your looks or for your personality?
Oh, that's actually
they say like
two things instantly came to my mind when you said that. I actually don't know. Like,
yeah, I haven't come up with the answer yet either.
If someone rejects me for my personality, then I'm like, damn, like, am I really that unlikable? And if someone rejects me for my looks, I'm like, damn, I'm ugly.
Yeah, those are the two things, obviously, you know.
Right, yeah, I'm like, oh, shoot, so which was like, worse, right?
Yeah.
I think
most of the time you say, like, you know, personality is what matters, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
More than looks, you know, so.
But it's like, you know, like...
What would you, like, feel like more, like, damn, you know, like, that just, like...
I'd feel like disrespected if someone like said I was ugly. Kind of thing, you know?
Exactly.
If someone said I was ugly, I feel
exactly,
disrespected.
exactly.
If someone didn't like my personality, I'd be more like hurt, you know? Like I'd be more like, well, shit, you know?
Okay, so here's my take. Well, first of all, I'm gonna repeat the question, which is, would you rather be rejected for your looks or your personality? And my take on it is, you know, like if someone rejects you for your personality, it's like, okay, you know, like they just didn't vibe with you. There's 8 billion people in this world,
Right.
you know. Obviously, not everyone's gonna like match personalities. You could have a great personality and someone still doesn't like that, you know, just because.
Right, it doesn't fit them.
Yeah, it doesn't fit them, you know. And then looks is more like, you know, like.
They also have a type, you know.
Yeah, looks is also like, you know, they have a type, and like, you know, they could think you're ugly. Other people could think you're not. You know, it's more.
Exactly.
It's more up to preference. You know, whatever you think. So again. Yeah, I'd rather someone say personality. Like they reject me for my personality.
You'd rather someone reject you for your personality.
Yeah, either way, it kind of just means the same thing. Either way, you know, being rejected for your look or personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like if you're being rejected for your looks, it's just like the other person just didn't vibe with you. You know.
Well, I You know, I know I'd rather be liked for my personality than my looks.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know I'd rather be liked for my personality than my looks. So I'd probably be more like, yeah, I'd probably feel worse if someone rejected me for my personality too. Mm. If you put it that way.
All right, that's a good way to put it too.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like right now where I'm at, it's like if someone said like, you know, yeah, you're too ugly, you know, I'd just be like, well, shit. well, shit. You know, obviously, I'm a move. You know, it's whatever. You know, you keep moving, but it's like, damn. Like, usually you get rejected on like a personality or something, right? Because like, actually, I don't even know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think people mostly?
No, I think you mostly get rejected on your looks, but. That's just on the surface because at the end of the day, like they like most people don't actually care how you look if your personality like is know what they're looking for.
Yeah, see another thing too is like I feel like if someone would reject me on my personality, it's just like okay, you just didn't know me well enough. That's what I feel like.
Right,
honestly.
exactly. That's
yeah.
That's the thing, yeah, exactly.
But you know when it's like when you get rejected on your looks, it's like yeah, okay, that's what they actually thought. You know, that's a genuine like.
Yeah. Under the
genuine like yeah, you're ugly. You know.
Yeah. Under the like you know they could even saw you on a bad day.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
You know,
it's fair enough.
If we're going under the impression that you know you're at your best looks and personality, then I'd rather someone reject me for my looks just because I know, like I'm a little more confident in myself than just to get rejected by one person. And be like, okay, you know, I'm ugly. No, it's just that person thinks you're ugly, you know?
Yeah, no, obviously. But I'm just saying, like...
Doesn't think you're ugly. Doesn't think you're ugly. Just think you don't...
No, but yeah, the personality, like I said, it's more like... They just didn't know you, you know?
Yeah. But let's say they did. With you. Let's say they did know you.
Yeah, if they did know me...
Or at least thought they knew you.
Yeah, I'd be more like... Yeah, like my personality, I wouldn't want someone to reject me for my personality if they didn't know me.
Yeah, let's assume like we're gonna obviously assume that they know your personality.
No, you know? We're gonna assume they don't. Actually, we're assuming a real scenario. You know.
So how can they even reject you on your personality?
Whatever.
How you came across?
Whatever first judgments. You know, you could even like you could make personality
stereotyping.
Yeah. Does that count as personality? It kind of does.
Yeah.
Even like how you look is your personality, technically. Mm-hmm. Right? So, yeah. Like how you dress, I mean. Not how you...
Yeah,
and how you carry yourself and all that. You know? That all ties into your personality.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I would... What did I say? I think I would rather not get rejected. What is it?
On your personality.
Yeah.
You said you'd rather get rejected from your looks.
Yeah. I'd rather not get rejected on personality because that's like I mean, assuming that they have it at least somewhat correct, you know, if they have it completely wrong, it's like whatever. But if they got it, somewhat correct, it's
well, they're not gonna tell you what they thought about you. I mean, they might.
yeah, you're just gonna be like,
yeah. What if they told you like, yeah, like, yeah, I didn't like how you were using these words.
yeah, exactly. You put it together. You gotta just put it together. Like,
yeah, no,
like say you're talking, no. That's probably a looks. No, but like, no, like, yeah, I think if you got rejected for your looks, it's just more like, yeah, that's just one person. That's you can't really blame them, Some
yeah,
people,
no. In both cases, I said this a little earlier, also in the video. In both cases, it's the same thing. It's just a rejection. Like it's just one rejection.
Yeah, but if it's your personality, it's like, because you never like you go into the world thinking that there's gonna be people that don't think you look that good. No one goes in thinking like everybody thinks I look good, right? No one goes outside.
Some people do.
I don't think so. I don't think everyone thinks that person is a 10. Everybody knows that they're not a 10 to everyone,
Yeah, I guess.
But personality, it's like every time, even if some people don't think you're a 10, like you still go out thinking, like you still go out hoping that people like you that much.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you're never hoping that someone likes you any less,
Yeah, well, my question, the question was based off like a real scenario. So they wouldn't really get to know you. That's why I'm saying, like if they judge you off my personality.
If they judge you off your personality, then yeah, you can't even there's nothing you could be mad about. They probably made the
That's
wrong
what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just didn't know me. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why if they said, you're ugly, pretty much, I'd be like, okay, damn, that's what they actually think. They looked at me and they said, at me and they made that judgment in their head and out loud maybe and said, yeah, you're ugly. So then that would definitely be more like, that's actually what they meant, If it was a personality thing, it's just like, you didn't know me well enough,
Yeah.
Type thing. So that's my take.
I agree with you in that case.
That's my take. Okay, so we got another question. This one's pretty good, I would say. Listen up. It might be a little bit longer.
All right.
What kind of relevance do you think your friends' opinions have on your relationship?
What kind of relevance do I think my friends' opinions have on my relationship?
So, like, your friends, like maybe you get in a fight with your girl or something, and one of your friends gives you their opinion on it. How heavily is that weighted to you?
To me or in general?
To you. Well, I mean,
I don't really. Yeah, I couldn't really say because I don't really talk about my relationship with my friends, But I mean, I guess if I did, I'd have to say maybe depending how close
low,
we were.
high,
Depending how close we were, it'd be probably
okay,
low to medium.
yeah, never high.
Yeah, never high. Yeah, never high.
I feel like a lot of people do really give a lot of weight to their friends' opinions on their relationship.
Yeah.
Which is kind of I don't know if I want to use this word, but concerning. It's like, say I was in a relationship, because completely hypothetical, because I'm completely single. Like the last chip in a like the last cookie in a box. The last bread in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Where was I going? Where was I going with that?
Where were you going?
Yeah, a lot of people weight their friends' opinions on their relationship really heavy, And it's
it's concerning.
are you you're not the one, in the friend's case, you're not the one in the relationship. You don't really know the whole scenario and story and everything. And you're going to give all this whatever it is. I get it. You're trying to help your friend and everything. You want to give your friend advice and everything. But like you gotta be careful on how you structure it, because you, at the end of the day, you want to give your friend, whoever you're, if you're giving the advice, you want to give your friend the ability to make the decision on their own about whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I've seen it so many times. Like you got your friend, someone got their friend giving them advice in a relationship, right? Maybe after a breakup or like whatever it is, and then your friends, then you say it's like your friends giving you advice on your breakup, and then after that you get back with them, and then your friend was talking like smack about the other person, like and then you end up getting back with them. It's like, like at that point you feel like you shouldn't even say anything, right?
Yeah. So that's just another reason why you want to,
just you don't really know what you get into, like when you're even like in that situation, like you don't know anything. You don't know their status. You don't know your status. Like, it's just funny.
Yeah. So like for that one, like your friend's opinion, I would say, in my opinion, this is all opinionated. Your friend's opinions shouldn't be weighted that heavy in your relationship, because it is your relationship for a reason. It's not theirs, So, like, obviously, listen to your friend and whatever. Take their advice to heart and everything. And, like, also think in your head, this person's trying to help me. But at the same time, you got to be the one to make the decision and think for yourself. What your friend should really be doing is trying to help you come to a decision.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. A lot of people feel like they know what's best for their friend. That's part of the reason that when they give advice, it's a lot of the time not the best advice, because in their mind they're saying what they think is right, but they don't really know what's right.
Well, yeah. Of course they're going to say, when they give their opinion, of course they're going to think it's, solid.
Yeah.
And all that. But it's like, you can never really tell how solid it is, because you're not.
Yeah, so it's just funny how you brought that up. Like, they, obviously listen to your friend. They're trying to give you advice. But it's like their advice is based off how they would react in that situation. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so let's say your girl is, talking to their friend, and I feel like this is a common scenario, because girls, they like to talk in their circle and everything, so, oh, he did this, he did that, like, you hear it all the time, and then, they'll talk about it. So, like, let's say your girl is talking to one of her friends, and she's getting some advice from one of her friends. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Getting some advice as in
maybe
what
something
she should do?
Maybe something, yeah.
Was something I did? Or like what?
Alright. Let's keep it simple. Let's say that you didn't call her or something, when you said you were gonna call her, something like that. Or like, you guys have, maybe you guys have like a set time where you guys call each other, like, maybe like something, and you didn't, and maybe you didn't call at that time, so she's upset.
And she tells her friend.
She tells her friend, like he did this, he did that.
And what does her friend say?
Her friend says like, well, whatever context, like, it's just like, like, you shouldn't be doing that, pretty much. That's unacceptable. So like, she just goes off, and blows it up, Say he shouldn't be doing that. That's so disrespectful. That is, you have to let him know that he needs to either buy you flowers to make it up, and if he doesn't, watch it now. Her friend's gonna give an ultimatum to tell you, like, if he doesn't buy you flowers, you ghost him for a week. You ghost him for a week.
Okay. So this is how I'm gonna handle that, right?
Yeah, that was a long.
She's gonna tell me. Yeah, she's gonna tell me, right? She's gonna tell me she told a friend this, and she told her friend about the situation, and this is what my friend said to tell you, right? I'm gonna say, well, since we're sending messages here, you tell your friend that whatever she wants to tell me, tell it to her boyfriend, and make sure that he is the one hearing this, because I don't want to hear it, right? Like straight up, like I
She's not gonna tell you it came from her friend.
Yes, she will.
In this scenario, like this is like no. In this scenario, she did not say.
Oh, in this scenario, she didn't say it.
No.
So yeah. I didn't know.
No, yeah, this is coming from her, but her friend pretty much just like gave her this advice.
I say, who told you that?
Who told you to say that?
Who told you that?
Who told you?
No, seriously, who told you that?
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
No, yeah, like honestly, yeah. If I didn't know her friend was saying all that, and she just telling me, well, I would know, but but let's assume I didn't know. I'd be like, like she said, okay, she gave me the ultimatum. Okay, you buy me flowers, or you'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah. She's not gonna tell me, right?
Yeah, she's not gonna tell you. She's gonna ghost you.
Yeah, you'll see what's gonna happen. I would only have to assume that it's her. It's her way of doing things. That's the only other alternative, right? I can either assume someone telling her, or she's telling herself.
Yeah,
and if she's telling herself that. Well, actually, regardless if someone's telling her that or she's telling herself that, it's more like that's not my problem, Like, I don't want that kind of problem, like ultimatums, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not no.
I just came up with a scenario, but it's more like like what are you like doing if her friend is pretty much just like in your relationship, like it's another person.
In past experiences, I would just bring it to their attention, like, are you aware what your friend is insinuating, kind of thing, like if they're telling you something, right, and it's not what you want to do,
it's harmful to the relationship,
yeah, or it's harmful to the relationship, it's like, do you not realize or what, like, because I never
me personally
really...
I would be kind of like I would say, like, if I was in a relationship and my partner was like getting advice from someone else, I would be kind of like pressed about it. I would genuinely be pressed about it.
I would be a little pressed, but it's more like how you
could get advice.
It.
You could get advice and all that advice, and I get your friend trying to help you out and everything, but it's like you gotta really like take this advice like properly. Like you gotta tell yourself, okay, maybe this is not like the best advice. Maybe this is not the best. Like obviously they can bring stuff to your attention, your friends and whatnot, for these scenarios, but it's like you gotta be able to tell yourself that, okay, maybe I should handle this way,
It's always the ones that accept no advice that end up in the worst spot, though.
Accept no advice.
Yeah, am I wrong though? Like, the ones that don't take advice always end up in the worst spot. It's the ones that take the good advice that end up in the best spot. And the ones that take all the advice end up in a mediocre position as well.
It's an interesting statement. I don't know. I'm not gonna fact check it. Sounds
I don't know.
Sounds pretty good.
I feel like it
sounds pretty solid. I'm not gonna fact check that. It's all good. All right, we'll move on to another question because I don't know. This one's too complicated for me right now.
Yeah.
All right. do you think it is fair for someone to leave their current partner relationship for someone better? So let's say you were dating a girl and then an NFL player hit her up, you know? NFL player hit her up. And then yeah, the NFL players obviously, you know, he has the fame, he has the money. He probably looks a little better too. He's probably in a little better shape, you know? Do you think it's fair for your girl to leave you at that point?
Wow. Okay. So listen, when I'm in a relationship, and I think this is how everyone should treat relationships as well, it's that there should be no one better than your partner. Like, not before, not now, not in the future. There should be no one better than your partner, right? So there should be no reason that you're finding someone better. There is no one better than your partner. That's how I think. But most people don't think like that, and I understand. You go through relationships and you find the best thing in your surroundings at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So if an NFL player, okay, not me, but let's say an NFL player hit up your girl, you know, and you know, she wasn't happy with you anymore, and she could move on to something better, then like, yo, like, why wouldn't she, you know? Like, why would she waste both of you guys' time like that? You know, when she's hoping to find something better than you. And you're waiting for it too at that point, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, because you added that one little, like, small detail, you know, not happy in the relationship.
Yeah, well, it's not more like not happy in the relationship. It's more like, yeah, there's something better for her. She at least thinks now in her mind, there's something better out there for her.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like, just, like, go then, you know? Just go.
Is that, like, not, like, that's not a thought, like, usually in, like, people's relationships? Like,
that there's something better?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it probably is.
That's right? Always a thought.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you find something that you think is better, it's like, then go, you know? Like,
yeah?
You should genuinely not stay in a relationship where you think, like, you know, I'm settling or this or that. And usually when you know, as a quote, you know, usually, like, most people move on to better. And then when they move on to better, they find that better ain't good. And good has moved on to better. You know? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. No, that's how it goes, you know? Like, yeah, like, people think they found something better, but really they didn't, you know?
Better, yeah.
But yeah, if you think you found something better, then go, you know? That's how I see it.
So you think it's fair? Like,
I don't think it's good, but then again, I don't think it's good to get into a relationship with someone that you aren't committed, you know, like, that you aren't willing to, you know,
commit to.
Yeah, commit to, you know? That you don't think is the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
or maybe when I say the best, I mean it's like the best person for you. Because you obviously won't think that your partner is perfect, right? You know they're not perfect, and you know they're not gonna beat everyone else at everything, right?
Yeah.
So you, instead of that, you just understand that this is your partner. You accept their flaws and, you know, everything else that comes with them. Mm-hmm. And so in that case, they are the best, you know? If you look at it like that.
Yeah. See, in my deduction, came up with two things, which is, one is, like, loyalty. Like, you know, you spent time with this person, and you guys, like, gone through stuff. For you to, like, leave that for, like, you know, just, like, I mean, a lot of people, like, you know, like, hold, like, money at, like, a really high weight and stuff, like money and fame and stuff. But for you to leave a relationship for, like, something like that, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to me, you know. And then second thing was that, what was my second thing? Yeah, so basically how I look at relationships too is that, like, you know, personality is, like, really big, you know, like, and, like, vibe, you know?
Yeah.
A vibe, you know, like, even if you have a really good personality, two really good personalities, sometimes they just don't vibe together as well.
Right.
You know? So, like, you could have, like, personalities that vibe really well. So, like, for you to go for, like, an NFL player, NBA, you know, and that you don't even vibe with, like, I don't think that, like, makes sense, to be honest. Like, even if they have money and, like, fame and stuff.
Well, let's assume this is your girl. Like, is that okay? Like, what are you doing in that situation?
What?
An NFL player hits